Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the bout the boxing world has been waiting for. The highly anticipated showdown for the undisputed welterweight championship of the world. Weighed in at the welterweight limit of 147 pounds. With a record of 28 wins, no losses, 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the renowned, current, undefeated, reigning and defending unified WBC, WBA, and IBF welterweight champion of the world, introducing the truth, Errol Spence Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, time to welcome out his opponent tonight, boxing out of the blue corner.
Now a fighter from Sydney, New South Wales, tomorrow having his 30th professional fight. He has 26 wins with 18 KOs and 3 World Championship defeats. He is the former World Champion and the current World number 4 on the fast track. Back to the top, please welcome Tszyu.
Welcome back to Boxing Havoc, where we bring you the biggest fight previews, expert breakdowns, and the hottest stories from the world of boxing. Today, we are diving into a dream matchup that has fans buzzing across the boxing community, Errol Spence Jr. versus Tszyu. While this fight has not been officially announced, it represents a fascinating clash between two elite competitors with different styles, different journeys, and one common goal: proving they belong among boxing's absolute best. If this showdown ever becomes reality, it could deliver fireworks from the opening bell to the final round. Errol Spence Jr. has spent years building a reputation as one of boxing's most complete fighters. Nicknamed The Truth, Spence earned world titles through relentless pressure, elite fundamentals, and incredible body punching. Even after suffering setbacks and facing questions about his future, Spence remains one of the sport's most respected champions. His experience in championship fights, ability to control the pace, and willingness to engage in difficult battles make him one of the toughest opponents anyone can face inside the ring. Across the ring would stand Tszyu, a fighter determined to create his own legacy rather than simply follow in the footsteps of his legendary father. Tszyu has developed into one of boxing's most dangerous offensive fighters, combining calculated aggression with excellent timing and devastating punching power. Every fight has shown greater maturity, better ring awareness, and increasing confidence. He enters every contest believing he can break down any opponent, regardless of their experience or accomplishments. What makes this potential matchup so intriguing is the contrast in styles. Spence is known for his relentless pressure, disciplined jab, and punishing attacks to the body that slowly wear opponents down over the course of a fight. Tszyu, meanwhile, prefers to establish control through intelligent pressure of his own, looking for perfectly timed combinations that can change the fight with a single sequence. Both men enjoy fighting at close range, making this a contest where every exchange could have massive consequences. One of Spence's greatest strengths has always been his conditioning. Throughout his championship career, he has consistently maintained a relentless work rate from the opening round until the final bell. Many opponents begin strongly, only to fade as Spence continues applying constant pressure. His ability to cut off the ring, force exchanges, and attack the body creates opportunities that often become more dangerous as the fight progresses. Against a younger and hungry opponent like Tszyu, the championship experience could prove invaluable. Tszyu brings a different kind of danger. His confidence grows with every round, and he has shown an impressive ability to remain calm under pressure. Rather than rushing for an early knockout, Tszyu patiently studies his opponents before increasing the intensity. His sharp combinations, accurate counterpunching, and willingness to stand his ground make him a nightmare for anyone expecting an easy night. If he finds his rhythm early, he has the power to completely shift the momentum of the fight. Experience versus momentum is one of the biggest storylines surrounding this fantasy matchup. Spence has already competed against elite champions on the biggest stages in boxing, while Tszyu continues climbing toward the very top of the sport. Youth often brings speed, hunger, and confidence, but experience brings composure, ring IQ, and the ability to solve problems under pressure. If these two ever share the ring, fans could witness a true battle between proven greatness and the next generation of championship boxing. As the opening bell rings, fans should expect a tense and calculated start rather than an immediate firefight. Neither Errol Spence Jr. nor Tszyu is known for making careless mistakes, especially against elite opposition. The first few rounds would likely become a battle for distance, timing, and rhythm. Spence would work behind his trademark jab, while targeting the body whenever the opportunity appears. Tszyu, meanwhile, would look to establish his own jab, maintain a strong center ring position, and search for clean counter shots. One of the most important battles in this fight would take place on the inside. Spence has built his reputation by overwhelming opponents with constant pressure, ripping powerful hooks to the ribs before finishing combinations upstairs. Few fighters are as committed to body punching as Spence, and over 12 rounds, that strategy can completely drain an opponent's energy. However, Tszyu has repeatedly shown that he welcomes inside exchanges, making this one of the most physically demanding contests either fighter could face. Defense could ultimately separate the winner from the loser. Spence relies on intelligent head movement, tight fundamentals, and subtle positioning rather than flashy defensive maneuvers. Tszyu has steadily improved his defensive awareness throughout his career, but facing a fighter with Spence's volume and precision presents an entirely different challenge. Every successful slip, block, or counter could shift momentum, while every defensive mistake could result in significant damage against world-class competition. The middle rounds may become the turning point of the entire fight. By this stage, both fighters would have gathered valuable information about each other's timing, movement, and favorite combinations. Spence would likely increase his pressure, forcing Tszyu toward the ropes and attempting to break his resistance with sustained body attacks. Tszyu, on the other hand, would search for perfectly timed counters, hoping to capitalize whenever Spence steps inside with aggressive combinations. Another fascinating factor would be mental toughness. Championship boxing often becomes a test of determination just as much as skill. Spence has already proven throughout his career that he can overcome adversity both inside and outside the ring. Tszyu has demonstrated remarkable confidence and composure under pressure, refusing to be intimidated by big moments. If neither fighter can gain a clear advantage early, the psychological battle may become just as important as the physical exchanges taking place between the ropes. Power versus precision is another storyline that would capture the attention of boxing fans worldwide. Tszyu possesses explosive knockout power capable of ending a fight with a single clean combination. Spence may not always rely on spectacular one-punch knockouts, but his consistent accuracy, body attacks, and relentless volume gradually wear opponents down until they have little left to offer. The question becomes whether Tszyu can land the bigger shots before Spence's steady pressure begins taking its toll. As the championship rounds approach, conditioning could become the deciding factor. Great fighters often separate themselves during the final moments of a contest, when fatigue forces mistakes and every punch carries greater importance. Spence has repeatedly demonstrated elite endurance throughout 12-round championship fights, while Tszyu has continued proving that his engine is capable of maintaining a high pace against top competition. If this dream matchup reaches the later rounds, fans could witness one of the year's most dramatic and competitive finishes. As the fight enters the championship rounds, every punch could carry the weight of victory or defeat. Both men would likely have absorbed significant punishment, yet neither would be willing to surrender momentum. Spence's relentless pace would continue testing Tsyu's endurance, while Tsyu's explosive counters would remain a constant threat. At this stage, the crowd would be on its feet, knowing that one perfectly timed combination or one costly mistake could completely change the outcome of this blockbuster showdown. The corner teams would also play a massive role during the closing rounds. Every piece of advice between rounds could influence the next 3 minutes of action. Spence's team would likely encourage him to keep attacking the body, maintain pressure, and avoid unnecessary risks. Tsyu's corner, meanwhile, would push him to let his hands go, capitalize on openings, and trust the power that has carried him through so many impressive victories. Strategy and discipline would become just as important as speed and strength. One of the biggest questions surrounding this fantasy matchup is whether Tim Tszyu's youth and momentum could overcome Errol Spence Jr.'s championship experience. Boxing history has repeatedly shown that young stars eventually replace established champions, but experience often makes the difference in elite-level fights. Spence understands how to remain composed under immense pressure, while Tszyu continues proving that he belongs among boxing's elite. That contrast makes this potential contest one of the most compelling matchups fans could ask for. If this fight were officially announced, it would instantly become one of the biggest attractions in world boxing. Fans across the United States, Australia, and beyond would eagerly debate the outcome, with opinions divided almost evenly. Some would favor Spence's proven resume, relentless pressure, and championship pedigree, while others would back Tsyu's confidence, power, and hunger to defeat another elite opponent. Regardless of predictions, one thing would be certain: boxing fans would be treated to an unforgettable night. After analyzing every aspect of this potential matchup, my prediction leans slightly toward Errol Spence Jr. by a close unanimous decision, provided he returns at his best physically and mentally. His elite ring IQ, relentless bodywork, championship experience, and ability to control the pace could prove to be the deciding factors over 12 hard-fought rounds. However, this is far from a guaranteed outcome. Tszyu possesses the power, confidence, and determination to produce a career-defining upset if he lands the cleaner and more damaging shots. No matter who you believe would win, this dream fight represents everything boxing fans love about the sport: elite talent, contrasting styles, high stakes, and endless debate. It is a matchup that would test every skill inside the ring and answer countless questions about both fighters' legacies. Until that day arrives, fans can only imagine how this incredible battle might unfold. But one thing is certain: the excitement surrounding this potential showdown is completely justified. Thank you for watching Boxing Havoc. If you enjoyed this in-depth preview and prediction, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest boxing news, fight breakdowns, predictions, and exclusive analysis. Share your own prediction in the comments below. Does Errol Spence Jr. outbox Tszyu over 12 rounds? Or does Tszyu shock the boxing world with a statement victory? Stay tuned to Boxing Havoc, where the biggest fights always begin with the best analysis.